Much, Jay.
That's it, man. It's game over, man. It's game over.
Okay, let's move on to Game Over with Mr. Calvin Watts.
Wow.
The third.
Oh, are we going to do this month? Boy, you must be really bored with me. I should just slap that smirk off your face. But I won't. I digress.
I'm not smirking.
Yeah, what are you doing?
This is a look of derision.
Derision?
That's a college
Can
word.
you even spell derision?
D-E-R-I-S-I-O-N.
Wow, I am impressed,
There you
really.
go.
What
You
college
should be.
did you go to?
Rhode Island College.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Still there.
Are you still there?
He's still
He's on the
there. I
30-year
rest my
plan.
I'm on my
Okay.
second degree, thank you.
No, it's very good if you go to college later in life. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Right.
And all this banter and witty things aside, Jay is one of my closest friends, and he's awesome. And
Shut
I
up
let
and
him
get
do
on
this
with
crap
it.
to me. I will do what I want. This is my time, God damn it. Mine.
We'll edit that out later.
No, we won't.
No, that's staying in.
Okay.
Okay, because I felt like doing this because the DVD releases this month aren't exactly top of the line
Kinda
caliber.
slim.
Your parents were never married.
There we go.
Anyways, on the 13th of October, we have Land of the Lost.
Oh, all right. The original series?
No, we already talked about that. That's already out.
That's
no,
right.
we're talking about the Will Ferrell, probably biggest bomb of the year.
Yeah, pretty bad.
To date, anyway.
Yep.
You know, not including Avatar, as Jay's prediction would be. But for those of you interested, it'll be out on the 13th.
All right.
On the 20th, I find this a very interesting release date. You have Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, no plot, some bad characters,
Right.
okay special effects,
Excuse me.
biggest movie of the year, over $400 million,
Because of Megan Fox's body.
Right.
so that'll be out. Also on that day, with probably a stronger plot, Sam Raimi's Drag Me to Hell.
Oh, all right.
So, you know, the master of horror from Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, and of course the director of the Spider-Man series, comes back to his horror roots, so that'll be on that day.
Wasn't that the one about a guy who has to go to the DMV?
No, that's
No.
no, that's the prequel.
That's just Drag Me to Hell and Keep Me There.
Right.
And also on that day, Plastic Man, the complete series. Remember the early 80s cartoon
Oh,
from
yeah.
ABC?
All right.
The DC Comics properties are doing really, really well when it comes to cartoons, and they're starting to come out with a lot of the more rarer stuff or less well-known.
Right.
And Plastic Man being a perfect example. I'm looking forward to this.
Okay.
That was a lot of fun. Okay. On the 27th, we will have Battlestar Galactica: The Plan.
Ah, yes, that's
They
right.
still haven't announced, as far as I know, a release date for when they're going to air it on
Yep.
the Sci-Fi channel.
Okay.
But if you want to catch it and just watch it in all its glory, it'll be available on that day.
Actually, I have news about that too.
Oh, good.
Yep. They okay. Well, we'll talk about it later.
Okay. Also on that day, Ice Age: Day of the Dinosaurs.
Yep. That was a fun movie.
Otherwise known as Jay's Day,
There we go.
will be available on that day. That was a fun movie.
That was a lot of fun.
He's older than me.
Yeah, but
He's older than me. Just
He?
because he invested in Grecian formula by the barrel.
In the morning, I just soak my head. That's it. Good to go.
so
No, I don't. So there.
James, you got something in your nose there.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's really boogering.
and after Halloween, just jumping into November really quick, on the 3rd of November, we'll have Star Wars: The Clone Wars Season 1, which actually
Right.
wasn't all that bad. After, you know, the movie, which was pretty horrible,
Right.
a lot of people seem to be watching it. Season 2 is going to be premiering shortly, and it looks good. But something else for you cartoon fans, the Ruby Spears Superman. If you remember back like 20 some odd years ago, I want to say 1988, CBS had a Superman cartoon, and it incorporated a lot of the comic stuff. Superman was going through a revamp at the time with John Byrne doing the Man of Steel limited series, and you know they made him not so super strong, and it was actually a really good thing. And they incorporated it into the show. It only lasted one season, but it was an excellent show, and that's going to be available that day. I'm
Okay.
really looking forward to that. A couple other things really quick. I mention this only because If for those of you that have Netflix, if you can stream it onto your computer, or if you have an Xbox 360 like I do, Lost, the first 4 seasons are on there right now, and I am completely hooked. Yeah, for those of you who've been watching over the years, I've tried to avoid it because I didn't catch it from the beginning, and now I am totally hooked. Season 5 is coming out in December, and they have like the special limited edition package of like the Dharma Initiative, and they have like a videotape in there and orientation files and packages, and it looks really, really cool. So we'll have more information on
Now,
that
is
when
that
we
the
get
5th
closer.
and final season?
Nope, the 6th season and final season starts this January.
Right.
Okay.
So, Brian wanted me to mention this, so you'll probably have to Google it to get more information, or you can go to Adam West's site. But with the Batman 60 series being in perpetual limbo, and who knows if that's ever going to get released commercially onto DVD, he's come up with a behind-the-scenes look at his time, filming Batman. There's going to be outtakes and flashbacks and reminiscences and stuff. And Adam West is a really good person if you ever catch him in interviews and stuff. So it should be really good. So we definitely want to check that out.
Cool.
Let's see. On to video gaming news. Well, it has happened. The economy's tanking, and so the video games are starting to lose money. So price drops. We talked about
Cha-ching.
the PlayStation 3 went down to under $300, and it's selling like hotcakes. So they have like a small, slimmer package. The Xbox 360 followed suit, kind of, sort of. They dropped their Elite package down to the same price.
That's the one with the largest hard drive.
At the moment.
At the moment, right?
That's the one for the largest hard drive at the moment, and they cut out the Pro system, which had like the smaller hard drive. So now they only have, at the moment, the Elite and then the arcade model, which is really cheap. The Wii is also following suit. Even though it's still selling well, it's dropped probably about 50% from a year ago as to where it's going. So with Christmas coming up, they want to do more on that.
Yeah.
So you'll be looking for that. And Microsoft has a special limited edition Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Super Elite bundle, which will be coming out. And instead of having 120 gigs, it's going to have a massive 250 gig hard drive, along with a copy of the game and an extra controller. It's actually a really good deal, and it's going to be 400. So, but when you factor in the stuff that they have in there, it's a good price.
Yeah. Still a lot of money, though.
It's still a lot of money. But if you need one, there you go. The Beatles Rock Band has sold phenomenally
really
well.
good? Yep.
Way above Viacom's expectations. About 50% more than what they thought they were going to do.
Right.
All You Need Is Love, which is the first song that you can get from downloadable content, has become the fastest selling rock band single in 2 days.
Well, yeah, because it's so slow, it's easy to catch up with the.
That's what's great about the Beatles. I mean, it's easy to get into. There's some difficulty there if you want it to be.
Right.
But it's doing really well. The first album for downloadable content will be available this month, and which is Abbey Road. And they announced Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band in November, Rubber Soul in December, and more albums to follow. I'm personally looking forward to Revolver sometime next year. But that's just me. But if you haven't checked it out, you really want to. You like the Beatles, don't you?
Me?
Yes, you.
I grew up with them.
Yeah. That means yes.
I remember when the first song of theirs came on the radio in the United States.
Yep.
So.
Which was, so you're that old?
Hey, I remember the first radio, so there you go. All right.
You remember the first radio?
Mr. Marconi over
I was
here.
going to say, man,
Yeah.
well, that makes you over 100.
Didn't know I was Tesla.
Let's see. 1 versus 100, the beta season has ended.
Right.
And the information has really been vague about when season 2 is going to start. It is coming back sometime this winter. That's all they said.
Okay.
So still no idea whether or not they're going to have a pricing tier or anything like that. More information as it comes. Let's see. What else do we have? Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto 4 has done very well on all the systems, and we've talked before about the Xbox 360 getting exclusive content. So the second episode will be available on October 29th, and it's called Grand Theft Auto: The Ballad of Gay Tony.
Uh-oh.
So Gay Tony is one of the central characters in the game, and it's a separate episode. You'll be playing as him and doing different things in Liberty City. Looks like a lot of fun. They're going to add a bunch of new characters, a bunch of new weapons. There's going to be a tank there, and you'll be able to use a parachute in and around Liberty City, which looks really cool.
All right.
Also on that day, both episodes that have been released as downloadable content, well, the one before and then this one, will be available as a separate disc that you can buy in stores. It won't have Grand Theft Auto on it, but you'll be able to play the 2 episodes separately. So if that's what you want to do, that's cool.
All right, and that's it for